Imagine soaring through the clouds, commanding massive aircraft across continents, and quietly shattering ceilings that once seemed unbreakable. This is the story of Captain Theresa Claiborne, a pioneer who didn't just break barriers in aviation. She rewrote the expectations of what was possible. Raised in a military family, Theresa Claiborne grew up surrounded by service and discipline. In 1981, she was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Air Force. The following year, in 1982, she made history. Graduating from pilot training at Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas, she became the first Black woman pilot in the United States Air Force. At a time when women were still being tested in military cockpits, Claiborne flew the KC-135 Stratotanker, a massive aerial refueling aircraft critical to strategic missions. She didn't just fly it. She excelled, becoming the first Black woman to command and instruct in the KC-135. For 7 years on active duty, and another 13 in the reserves, she rose to the rank of lieutenant colonel, logging thousands of flight hours and earning prestigious honors. Her path wasn't easy. Standing at just 5 feet 2 inches, she faced doubts. Some whispered she was too short to handle the controls. But Claiborne proved them wrong with skill, determination, and sheer grit. As she once said in aviation, it's sink or swim. You pass the exams or you don't fly. In 1990, Claiborne transitioned to commercial aviation, joining United Airlines as a flight officer on the Boeing 727. Over the next 34 years, she flew nearly every major Boeing type. The 737, the iconic 747, her personal favorite, which she piloted with just her fingertips, the 757, 767, and finally the state-of-the-art 787 Dreamliner. She upgraded to captain on the 757/767 in 2018 and transitioned to the Dreamliner in 2021. By retirement, she had amassed over 23,000 flight hours. That's more than 2.5 years spent in the air. In May 2024, Captain Claiborne completed her final flight, a round trip from Newark to Lisbon, Portugal, on a United 787. Surrounded by family, friends, and colleagues, she received a ceremonial water cannon salute upon landing, a fitting tribute to an extraordinary career. Her story exploded into the spotlight recently, going viral on social media at a time when diversity in aviation is under intense scrutiny. Claiborne has been unwavering. No one is hired out of charity in aviation, she says. You're qualified or you're not. Standards are high because lives depend on it. Yet the numbers tell a sobering truth. Today, only about 7% of U.S. airline pilots are women, and Black women remain exceptionally rare. Fewer than 150 across the entire country, with just a handful at major carriers like United. This is why, in 2016, Claiborne co-founded Sisters of the Skies, a nonprofit dedicated to mentoring, visibility, and building pathways for Black women in professional aviation. Through scholarships, workshops, and outreach events like Girls Rock Wings, the organization helps young women of color see a future in the cockpit. As Claiborne often says, if you can see it, you can be it. She had to imagine a path that didn't yet exist. Now, through her mentorship and legacy, the next generation doesn't have to. Captain Theresa Claiborne's journey is more than a personal triumph. It's an inspiration for anyone who's ever been told a dream is out of reach. From the skies over military bases to transatlantic flights on the Dreamliner, she proved that barriers are meant to be flown over. Thank you, Captain Claiborne, for showing us the way forward.